The coldest night of the year is a wonderful event, not only to help raise funds, but more importantly, to help raise awareness. And joining us is Kevin Williams, Executive Director of Jericho Road, who have been involved in this for, I believe it's now their 11th year. Kevin, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. And let's talk, first of all, give everybody an idea and what role Jericho Road plays.
Well, thanks for having us. Jericho Road is a community that strives to reach towards inclusion, and so we have an addiction program, and we try to help out the friends, families, greater society, our neighborhood, our community. Deal with these issues, and we firmly believe that this is a community problem, and it requires a community response. And so we just try to facilitate that response.
Yeah, and when we talk about substance use disorders and poverty, that is always seems to be combined with mental health struggles. What about the effects of this pandemic, of isolation that's had on people's mental health and people that are dealing with substance use disorders?
Isolation is a killer for normal people, but for those who are experiencing mental health issues and substance use issues, isolation is just detrimental to their life. And so this pandemic has just been horrible for people who are in recovery. And so we really need to strive harder to try to reach out to people and to try to, educate people as well about addiction and mental health, and what we need to do as a society to try and help people get out of that. Part of the stigma around that is no one wakes up one day and says, I'm going to be a drug addict, or I'm going to be an alcoholic. And
Yeah.
so we need to, as a community, start to understand why people are in the position that they're in. And the biggest part of that is to wrap our heads around that drug and alcohol use are the solution to people's problems. They're not the problem.
Right. And Kevin, we should mention too, during this pandemic, research has shown a rise in addictions, a rise in alcohol use and in drug use. So, as you said, people are turning to it. And, I guess you could say, a lot of people are turning to it as self-medicating themselves because the resources just aren't available to them.
Yeah, and a lot of people are finding themselves in that position, and it's the fear behind the pandemic as well, and not knowing what's going to happen next, the uncertainty. The Canadian Centre on Substance Use and Addiction says that we're going to see, and their words, is a tsunami of mental health and addiction issues for years to come as a direct result of this pandemic. And our little corner here at Jericho Road, our community, we've seen a 30% increase in applications to our residential treatment program, and that's just in the last 2 years. So the numbers, are going to get worse before they get better. And everybody knows, if you watch the news, this is kind of like the second pandemic. And the results that we're going to see from it, the numbers aren't good. And so we really
Yeah.
got to try harder as a society, harder as a community, to start addressing these problems, because they end up costing us more in the long run if we don't address them now.
Yeah, I agreed. And it's going to be Jericho's 11th year walking
Yeah.
for coldest night of the year. So tell everybody at home about coldest night of the year.
We just love Coldest Night of the Year. It's a great way to get together as a community and walk for a cause that's really important to our neighborhoods, to our community, and for the people who are receiving our services. It's our 11th year. We co-walk with Capital City Mission, and they're really good friends of ours. We've been walking with them for 6 years, and we firmly believe, that this is a great way for the community to come together. It's a great way to support money, and it's a great way to get outside and get some exercise. And we always say, this is a community problem that requires a community solution. And it's really fun working with Capital City, because we got to start taking the silos down. The more silos we
Yeah.
take down and the more we work together, the better it is for all of us.
Well, and I'm happy to say we'll be talking to Capital City Mission next week, and we'll get into more
Yes, Kelty.
detail about
Yeah.
about the great work that they do. If people want to help support, what's the best way to do it, Kevin?
Just go to the Coldest Night of the Year website, look for Ottawa Lower Town, and you can sign up. You can sponsor someone to walk. You can sign up a team. You can join a team to walk and help support and raise funds yourself. It's very simple. It's a virtual fundraiser, and then we walk together on February 26th in all different communities throughout Ottawa.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining us and sharing this information, helping raise awareness as well. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Hey, and not only that, if you want to find out more information about the great work that Jericho Road does, you can head over to jerichoroad.ca. Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to the executive director of the Ottawa Arts Council. They have some awards coming up. We'll give you all the details.